Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well. So today I'm here to test out a new foundation. So I am here to test out the NYX Total Control Drop Pro Foundation. There's a lot of words for one sentence. And I also have the kind of hue shifter as well. So this is a lightener for foundations. So these were both kind of gifted to me by NYX. I've mentioned before that I'm part of this kind of little group, like a testing group, so I'm not under any obligation to actually test this on camera. It's not like paid promotion or anything like that. It's just literally I wanted to test these out because I haven't had a chance to test them, and because I want to post some images on their group thing as well, just to kind of show that I've tested the product and what I think of them, and I wanted to do a first impressions as well. So I have the shade Vanilla, which is essentially the shade that I do use when it comes to their other foundations, and this is the light kind of hue shifter. So I will see if I use this today, if this is not right for me. I mean, I hope it's right for me because I hope the shades are similar to the other ones. I've seen this online used by so many people and I'm very intrigued to try it. I'm not going to do the whole dripping on my face because I hate the way that kind of looks. So I'm just going to give this a shake because I don't know kind of how you use it really. But I do have a stippling brush that I'm going to be using today, so I'm going to just be adding the drops into that and see how that goes. So this is literally a first impression. I only opened it just to have a look to make sure that the shade was right, and it does look fine. So let's do some drops into this. I'm hoping this is how it works. Doesn't seem to be catching anything. That's a bit, oh okay, there we go. I wasn't doing it right. So I'm just going, I've already have a primer on. I've just used my Primark primer in many words. So let's just give this a go. Oh wow, okay. Straight away, it's like super coverage. And I guess this is a little bit darker for me than normal, but we're gonna go with it and see actually how much this does on my face, because I think I used about 2 or 3 drops, so that is pretty good, especially for coverage. Like, I have a lot of redness, as you can see, and this seems to be covering quite a bit actually. That is that's pretty interesting. I mean, it's not 100% full coverage because I can still see a little bit of my redness underneath, which, you know, is never too much of an issue because I don't think this is meant to be a full coverage. Let me just double check. It just oh okay, so it's a lasting lightweight sheer to medium coverage, and I don't know if it's because I added so many drops that it's actually gone onto a higher coverage than it normally should be, but this is much more coverage than I would say a light coverage, because this is done really well on my skin. Interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna add a little bit of the light foundation. I'm gonna try some on the back of my hand just to kind of not completely mix it, and these are like super watery, so I'm going to give it a massive shake. And I mean, it doesn't look completely off for me, but just on looking at the mirror it's just a little bit tanned for me, so I'm going to just use just a tiny bit on my hand to see if it will bring anything, and that is like really watery. So I'm just going to take, whoa, okay, it's going everywhere. I'm just going to kind of tap it around to see if it does anything. I think what you're essentially supposed to do is add it into the foundation, but because I didn't know how light it will actually or dark it will be, let's just... I'm not a big fan of these droplets things, to be honest. They're just a little bit, they work and then they don't work. So okay, doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot, apart from maybe it's just gone into the applicator itself, or the brush itself. as I should say. I mean, so far the foundation is quite nice, like I don't have any issues with it. I won't be using a concealer today just because I want to see how it kind of works by itself. And let's have a closer look. I mean, I personally don't see any massive issues with it. It might be a little bit drying later on because I do have very combination skin, in the sense of I can get very oily 1 minute and then 5 minutes later it will just be super dry because that's just, my skin is just super weird. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the rest of my face off camera, just because I'm not using anything new and I'm just using this foundation today, and you know, I'll give my final thoughts once everything is on, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I've just put on the rest of my face. Everything is basically my project pan apart from my lips, which is the NARS Air Matte lip colour in the shade Total Domination, but I always leave in the description what I do use and what the brands that I use basically. But yeah, so far the foundation is looking okay. Around my top lip, where I always have the major issue, which is always kind of the build-up of oils and a bit of sweat, it was separating just a tiny bit, and you can, I don't know if you can see right here, it is starting to kind of separate a little bit, and on the top of my head it's just a little bit dry. I did add a primer on there, but I don't know if it's the foundation or anything, but so far it's looking nice on my skin when I look close up. Of course I've only had it on for about 15-20 minutes, if that, and we'll have to see how it goes for the rest of the day. I won't do another check-in, but I'll write in the description how I felt like it feels later on in the day. And yeah, so I will just, yeah, I'll just write in the description what it's like, but I'm hoping it will be quite nice. I'm not doing anything for the rest of the day. I'll just be sitting on the sofa doing nothing. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have tested out this foundation, let me know the best way that you use it, because I feel like with the brush it's actually pretty good, but with a sponge I don't know how it will work, so maybe another time I will test it with a sponge. But yeah, again, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on my social medias. I have another Instagram now, which is called Ameena's Makeup Corner, where I post pictures of my makeup and just like things about my actual makeup collection. So if you're interested in that, follow me on there as well. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a good week, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.